Okay. All right, everybody. Wanted to upload a video for you, but apparently Communist Tube doesn't want me to show it. They didn't take it down, but they got butt hurt and just didn't want you guys to watch it. So yeah, that happened. So I tried uploading it to BitChute. I know I did it properly because I waited the appropriate amount of time for a 40-minute video to upload, only for me to see it, and it's actually at 0 minutes. Then I basically opened this thing up, only for it to only for it to say, "Oh, the drone watcher not working. Error." And then I get a call from someone, only for the call to be intercepted, and actually have someone doing things or saying things they shouldn't have as a result. Am I mad? No. Am I annoyed? No. Because the simple fact of the matter is that a narcissist doesn't care if you hate them. A narcissist doesn't care or about guilt, but they do. Narcissists cannot stand shame. Okay, they cannot stand shame. You want to know why? Because that shame carries on from person to person, and when they see how a person actually is, it's a whole different thing. And especially when their own hypocrisy gets exposed, basically. So I see the aggression there. The thing is, like, the more they do, it's just like they just really want to be hated, and I'm just like, jeez Louise, I got other shit to do than to be worried about crap like that. Everywhere, every nook and cranny, every time I turn a corner, it's the same old story every time, no matter how you look at it. It's constant. I can't even go grocery shopping without some bullshit going on, and it was just an obsession. Some guy being paid off to either just do something they shouldn't be doing. It doesn't matter what it is. You know for a fact that it's basically a perpetrator's act, depending on how repetitive the stuff is and how constant it happens. And it's just like an advertisement, like, hate me, hate me. Every time that's literally the only thing I'm actually hearing when I see them do the shit that they do. It's just like an advertisement saying, "Hey, pay attention to me. I'm over here. Over here. Bitch, do you not see that I'm doing street theater? Look over here." But it's just ridiculous, man. It really is, and a lot of people really put themselves out there for street theater. You got to give them some props. They actually put in their little performance from time to time. They put their little showmanship out there from every now and then to try to basically, show off, either do reckless things like, oh, okay, good, you good, you did okay. What, you want a cookie? Is that what you want? Is the attention really? Are you so defamished from attention that, or maybe you just didn't get it from your parents? Are you so defamished from attention that you really needed to do that? And I'm not trying to be mean, but in these current times, especially in the past, that has been happening. But it's due to the corruptive diversity of society. But we know where this corruption is really coming from. We know for a fact that it's you know, we know where it's coming from. So let's say you go out just minding your own business, and then it's the same thing that happens. And as soon as you open your mouth to say anything, no, you don't know what you're talking about. No, you're mentally ill. No, you're mentally ill. You don't know what you're talking about. No. Just go ahead and just let me set you the fuck up so that all this can just fucking happen, and I can just get my paid money so I can just walk on up with my life. Literally just embracing the piece of shit that I am, so that I can actually just be elevated in the essence of the corruption that I just basically done. And it's literally just like that. Like they just get off from a bunch of dumb stuff. And I can't stress that enough. I really can't, man. You gotta make comedy. That's one of the things I want to do. I want to start making a comedy skit for you guys whenever I actually go out and do the filming. And I'll actually add some clips into this, some soundtracks, and actually give you guys a good laugh from now and time. Because at this point, like, it's just not, this bullshit of theirs, it's just not phasing me. It really isn't. And they bombard the attacks a lot because it's not phasing me as much as it is. They know it isn't working, and that's what pisses them off the most. You don't pay them no attention. You don't give them that little, that little 2 cents of satisfaction, and they're gonna throw a fucking hissy fit. They're gonna do that. They're not gonna be happy about it. But that's the traits of a narcissist. Is a massive freaking hypocrite. It's the type of person who basically wants to come up with any and every reason to hate you, and just make sure everything is your fault within their life and anything else. And it could have been to where you only just met the person just literally 2 fucking seconds later, and they come up with every and any type of reason to hate you. But literally no, even when in reality all those reasons as to why they hate you is personal clearly sounds like a personal problem. And what I mean by a personal problem, I mean that they can never, and I mean they don't ever accept the faults of their own problems. They don't ever do it. They don't get off their ass and do it. They never do it. They just don't do it. Why? I don't know, because you can't grow unless you do it. Instead, you want to know what they want to do instead? They want to basically pay people off, get people to do their dirty work, get people to do their shit, and just get people to do their bidding. And it's just like, something, man, half the crap that I've seen, I'm like, dude, where the fuck is your dignity? They expect me to feel embarrassed. I mean, hell, I feel embarrassed for you. It really takes a person who has no self-respect to do half the crap that these perps have done. It really does. It takes a real person who has absolutely no freaking shred of respect for themselves at all. They just whatever self-respect card they had, they just said, fuck it. Went over there, just did whatever the fuck they were gonna do, did not care, and the hell with it. That was it. I've seen this happen, and I've actually seen how pathetic this stuff is, and I'm just like, something, dude. How did we get here? How did this even happen? This somebody give me a clue here, like seriously. How did we get a generation of people, and I'm not saying everyone, but how did we get a generation of people who absolutely love to be hated, who want to be hated, and you want to know what the real pandemic is? The need for attention. That's the real pandemic here. The whole look at me generation is a fucking problem, man. It really is. You see people do some of the most dumb things imaginable that makes absolutely no sense. And then it could be something with zero talent, zero work put into it, and people basically, it could be even music related, and people give that mofo a freaking platinum album for it. Literally no talent, barely did anything. It could be nothing more than a word through the whole damn song, and they get a freaking record label for that. No talent at all. And then you look at the music from the past generation, compare it to the new generation, and you actually, you know, like this was some. When you look at the past generation, you like this is some good damn music. And then when you look at today's music, and I'm not saying all, there's still people out there who make genuine good music out there. It's just that they're a dime a dozen, man. But we are completely bombarded with people who just love to promote, and for some reason, a lot of people buy into this crap. Trash. It seems like we're just in a generation that loves to promote trash as art, and it's not art. It's just laziness. It is. It's just a person who basically got off their ass maybe for around, I don't know, maybe like 2 minutes or so, and said, "Fuck this. I'm not gonna go out of my way, learning how to play the instrument. I'm not going to go out of my way to trying to basically develop talent. Either that or they'll steal talent, and there have been people who've done it before. They have, and that has happened a lot more often than you know. And they just promote it off as if that's themselves. Now they just expect people to just give them the attention, the recognition, the money, the fame, and then fuck you. It's like a whole fuck you, pay me type of fiasco, and it's like, no, no. As soon as I started to catch wind of that, and I'm telling you, they were doing that crap with the rap music, and what tipped me off about that is the way that their words were starting to transition around, and they started talking trash about them. And when they started saying the word you, and all you hear in between the yous is trash talk. And I'm like, you know something? I'll be damned if I spend damn near like even $1, even 15, 10, or even 20, even $7 at all just to hear some stuck up, pompous, over infatuated asshole talk trash just because he was hired or just given a little shine in his life to blind the masses, only for him to just be talking shit to me for around a good 3 to 4 minutes. That ain't happening. No. I'm not sorry, and I don't care. Whether you're butthurt or whether you're mad, I could care less. Because in the end, I'm not, am I going to give in to peer pressure? Oh no, you got to wear this, you got to buy that, you got to do that just to fit in. Motherfucker, I don't want to fit in with you. I never said, when I was in school, that's exactly, at some point I developed that mentality. I'm like, I don't want to fucking fit in with this shit. No, 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 no. Why? Why? Just why should I? Why? What obligation do I have to actually conform myself into something that I just don't want to be? And I don't have any obligation to do it. I don't. There may be people who want you to conform into something you're not. And it could be anything. The sky is the limit because I'm telling you, man, people come up with excuses to try to change you, label you, judge you, anything. And it's like this, they just have this neediness to do that. And it's like, can't I just be left the fuck alone? Is that a problem? I don't want any beef with you. I'm not trying to start any crap, but I can't seem to basically make sense out of this. The fact that someone basically wants to stir up trouble where trouble isn't necessarily needed. And I'm telling you, I have encountered people who basically are desperately trying to find issues just to argue, just to have negativity in the atmosphere. And I'm like, dude, man, what the fuck? I just couldn't figure it out. I really couldn't. It started stressing me out just trying to figure that out because it just didn't make sense. Like, are people just addicted to conflict? And then it starts to make sense when you start to see there's, a lot of the stuff that they view on social media. The whole world star situation that happened, that kind of stuff. That stuff got out of hand, and then you start to see exactly where the mentality is coming from. People get off from stirring up trouble. People get off from basically breaking people up and using that and saying, oh, well, like I stole your girl and shit like that, right? They want to use that excuse. But what about when it happens to them? The same person who was basically blabbering off at the mouth, talking all that trash, talking all that hoo-ha, being, acting as if like they're all that in a bag of chips, but what happens when it happens to them and as a result. And the thing is, karma works both ways, man. It does. It does. It works that ways on females as well as it works that way on guys. This is a concept I have known for quite some time. Karma don't take no prisoners either. She don't. No. But man, it's narcissism, dude. Like, it's just I'm I'm really gonna dedicate myself to just making some comedy skits, but yeah, I need to dig through a lot of my evidence feeds that I have because I've gotten a lot of footage, and some of this footage might not even be useful. So I definitely need to peer through these things to make sure, that basically see what's useful, what's not, what I need, what I don't need, and then just go from there. And then maybe I'm still indecisive about this because it's family, and I don't know if I want to do that, but I may have to, in my own line of defense because of the crap that happened before. But also, if you're wondering why I'm on the Drone Watcher app, I wanted to show you guys because this is the pro service. As you can see, watch this. You already have the pro version. The difference with this version is that if you go to here, as you can see history, it gives you a time step of every single one. I've already shared the video with you guys, letting you see exactly what it will pick up if it detects a drone. Now, let's go to the about. The Drone Watcher app detects most non-encrypted RF-controlled commercially available drones. This list is growing every day, so let us know if your drone should be detected but is not. Map shows your current location. Pro users can see the locations of all members of their group. A green circle indicates no drones detected. A yellow circle indicates a drone is detected. You can mute all drone detection alerts if you press the mute button. Sound select from 6 different alert sounds. Group. This is a pro feature. You can access the group functions as a member of a group. You will get notifications when other group members detect a drone. You can also send on alert to other group members. When you visibly detect a drone that the app does not detect, this is a good thing because this means if you are not the only TI within the area, you guys can set up a group. Whoever is in a certain vicinity of the area, if they get a notification, even if the other people are out of the proximity to detect the drone, someone else will pick it up, and the others around the surrounding area will also get the detection notification as well. History lists. Oh, hang on. History show all past drones detections from this device. Clear the ignore list. When you detect a drone, you can choose to ignore that drone. Clearing the ignore list will start monitoring for all the drones on the ignore list. Stop the service. Drone Watcher service is the part of the app that looks for drones. If you close the user interface, the service will continue to look for drones. If you want to stop Drone Watcher from running on your device, you need to stop the device. Oh no, you need to stop the service first. Start service. When you start the app, the service will automatically start, but if you stop the service from the user interface, you can restart the service from the user interface. Visual drone detection. Use the visual drone detection button if you see a drone that the app does not detect. This will alert the members of your group of your sighting and write available Wi-Fi information to the database. Nice. You guys probably have started using Ramble app. They love to cloak with that stuff using advertising nodes. If you've watched SHP's channel, you would have known about that. It is unfortunate because she did take her old videos down. There were like tutorials for that app. I believe she's probably maybe she's gonna do another video about that. But the thing is, people, is that the digs are a lot more important than that. And I'm going to tell you why the digs are a lot more important than that when it comes to your ASN. Because digging through the ASN is allowing you to find out everybody who's involved in your targeting. The people who they send towards you to gaslight you, they want you to pay attention to crap like that because it's nothing more than a distraction while the actual dirt is being done behind your back. Let's say they set up something, whatever, and then it leads to a whole position of where, the people who are not aware, they're going to be telling them random shit. Let me tell you something about what I noticed before I lost my last job. Number one, I noticed that they're highly addicted to basically trying to figure out exactly what your reaction is to what they do. They instantly report back to whoever hired them. That's number one. Number two, whenever you act out in a certain type of way in regards to anything that their perpetrators, whoever is on their team, has done, they're going to talk to people who are not involved and tell them a bold-faced lie. Number three, and this is what gets them into trouble when they start trying to actually recruit the people in the area. Let me tell you something. There were actually people there, even at that job, that were not involved, had no idea this was going down. They had no idea. But the thing is, they want you so overwhelmed thinking that everybody's against you, when in reality, it's farther, that's farther from the truth. They disguise stuff, and this thing, it's only made to be susceptible to you so that it gives off the appearance of you being mentally ill in the presence of others who have not experienced what you went through. They're not gonna see any of these random things, whether it's color harassment, all these gesturism, stuff like that. They're not gonna see that as harassment because they're just gonna see that as a random event because they have not witnessed these events in the same way you have witnessed them. Meaning you're seeing this stuff happen to you every day, while in contrast, the person you're trying to basically show, this evidence to, they're not gonna get it. They're not gonna understand it. It's not until like we start digging through the ASN, start peeling through this stuff, and I do not recommend a person using a cell phone from this. If you don't have a computerized system, my suggestion to you is to find someone, you at least look up your ASN, find someone trustworthy, ask them to do the digs for you, and share the information as well. That's my recommendation, because what you're gonna get out of that, you're gonna get the people who are involved with this whole operation, all the way to all these companies that are involved, these cellular companies, all of that. That's the biggest advice I can give you. Go to that channel, go to Miss SHP channel, and there's most likely going to be someone there who will be willing to do these digs for you. I normally would start doing these things myself, but I'm just in the middle of learning this stuff just as well as you guys are too. I wish I did have all the answers, but you always got to remember this one simple thing. Even with all the stuff that we're learning now, there will always exist a level of higher knowledge beyond what we already know. However, Wiggle Wi-Fi has been known, that app has been known to get a lot of good information, so that's another recommendation. You know something? Even amidst all the crap that happens, the more these it doesn't whether you call them Satanists, narcissists, evil people, if they can even be called people anymore, because they're mostly like mind controlled drones, actually, they will have no control over themselves. The day, and I'm telling you now, the day I saw any of these bastards actually having their hands laced with nanotech, I'm like, oh, that I'm done after that. No way. You motherfucker are a slave. You are a brain controlled effing slave after I saw that shit. The minute I saw that, I'm like, There's nothing anybody like that can tell me otherwise that would convince me that they are in control of their own mind. And if you think I'm going to actually listen to someone like that, you lost your fucking mind. And I'm sure a lot of you will agree with me on that, because like, you're being controlled, dude. Like a person like that is being controlled. You ain't, and you think they get it in their head that they're in control. They accept the gift cards. They accept these trinkets. They accept all this crap. But hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. You honestly think these motherfuckers ain't poisoning you? You think they're not gonna sit there and put you on the program too? How many times have we seen these elites go out there talking all this stuff, saying, yeah, we want depopulation, a one world order, we want all of that, yeah, all of that, right? How many times have we been seeing them saying this? How many times is it gonna be said, and people, it's just like my old grandfather said. When it comes to certain people, it goes in one ear and go out the other. They just don't. They receive the information, but they cannot process it. They cannot do that. The minute it's the minute they receive that bit of information, it's just gone. Just gone. So, am I gonna give a shit about a narcissistic slave? No. No. Am I ever going to participate or contribute to such a vile, fucked up system? And I don't give a fuck whose excuse is it. Dude, this program is involved with blood cults. They have been involved with so much ill stuff, it will make your head spin. God's a witness to all of what we have done and all of what we have suffered from, you know? So they could come out and say any kind of trash they want. You need to understand, the closer you are to the Most High, these demons and Satan or Lucifer, whatever the heck they want to call that individual, they're gonna be just that damn more desperate to try to basically destroy us, because if we are on the right path, they're gonna be that damn desperate to do it. They're gonna come up with methods to get you upset. They're gonna come up with methods to get you mad. They want to come up with methods to upset you, to basically just to come out, literally get any type of negative response out of you. They're gonna come up with petty things like this. Why? Because it's in their nature to do so. It is their nature to want to be hated. It's in their nature to want that attention. Again, a narcissist does not give a damn about being hated. They don't give a damn about guilt at all, about the crap that they do to people. But it's a different story when something happens to them, which the whole phrase hypocrite comes into action. That's a damn hypocrite. Want to sit there and it was like, oh, it's okay if you basically F with other people, right? But as soon as trouble comes knocking on your door, it's a different scenario. All of a sudden, like instead of narcissists, like it's okay to fuck with you, but like as soon as as soon as it comes, when trouble comes knocking on their door, fucking with thumbs, like, oh no, that's illegal. That's illegal. You can't do that. You can't do that shit. No, that shit is illegal. Crazy, man. You gotta have humor in times like this, though. You really do, because this stuff is by its own design set up to just completely destroy you entirely. It's just designed to completely break you in all aspects in life you can possibly imagine. But you know something? The more they destroy, the more they take away, the more that they do, I started to find out that it actually just brings me closer to God each and every time. But every time I started getting, because every time they do it, I get another step closer and another step closer, and another step closer. And they bring the shit back. They bring it back saying, "Oh no, 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 we're not gonna fuck with it now. No, no, no. It's okay. It's okay. It's here. It's here. You can fuck with it again. We won't tamper with it once more." Bullshit. Don't buy into a falsified comfortability, okay? Don't buy into a falsified comfortability construct like that. Because the thing that these entities want the most is control. The reason why they want control is because they want your soul. And the reason why they want your soul is because they are fools. They are fools to a satanic agendist communist system that seeks the destruction of both them and us. And it's willing to destroy them just to get to us. People are just that damn dumb. I don't know why. The words that I've spoke before will still remain true for many generations. The same organization that hired you to do these wicked deeds is the same organization that will inevitably betray you. Why? Because it has its own selfish interest. It seeks to use people and cause tyranny to the stronger of people who actually stand true to their beliefs and their morals. Even though some of us who are like that have got it bad, man. And I'm telling you, you better start believing a lot of these fellow TIs out there. I'm not saying all, because there are infiltrators and even worse, just like I mentioned before, and I really hope this isn't a thing, but it could be, because there are people out there with the whole look at me generation. They may make an attempt to do this exact same crap just for attention. You don't want the type of attention targeted individuals are getting, okay? You don't want this in your life. You don't want that shit. You don't. These trolls may call it a game, a joke, and they may call us fraudsters and all this other bullshit that they come up with that they're basically being told to say, or or just being constructed to say. The thing is that the whole troll society is mixed between both people who are just ill-informed, buying into the narrative of this, of this complete There's complete misinformation that's just designed to just put people back to sleep. There are people who are like that who are just ill-informed, haven't seen the real and evidence because it's being filtered away from them. It's being filtered away from them so they don't see it. And there are people who are actual trolls who are actually targeters of targeted individuals. You've seen how many trolls targeted citizen have. You see exactly what I'm talking about. But you gotta understand, a lot of these perps like to hide. They don't like to show their faces, man. They don't want to do that. They want to talk trash, but they want to hide. And even if they do show something, they don't want to show you the whole truth, of which I had exposed before. I could gladly do it any other time. But the thing is that these perps prefer to hide. They're cowards. The only time they ever show themselves is when they're in numbers, and that's it. They never will do shit on their own unless they have that comfortable safety net of the police, that comfortable safety net of the government, that comfortable safety net of the FBI, that comfortable safety net of other people who are participating in this bullshit. They don't want us to gather up because we would kick their asses. And they know this. They know this. It's just sad though, man, because we've lost a lot of good people throughout these years. So many whistleblowers who blew the whistle on so much stuff, and the worst thing that could ever happen is for people to allow their efforts to be in vain. But you know something? No matter how many videos we make, people are still breathing that shit that they're spraying in the sky. We could show undeniable evidence, but they're still breathing that junk that they're spraying in the sky. And whenever we try to bring a conversation up about that, here come the self-proclaimed experts. No, don't question the stuff in the sky. No, you don't know what you're talking about. No, just go to sleep. Just go back to sleep. It's nothing to worry about. No, it's just vapor. It's not chemtrails. No, it's no nano up there. It's no nanobots, nanochemicals, and no shit like that. No, it's none of that. No. You have nothing to worry about. Just go back to sleep. Just go back to sleep. Nothing to worry about at all. No. I promise you this. I promise you I'm not being paid. Now let me just go ahead while you're going to sleep. Go into the other room and get paid while I'm just told you I wasn't getting paid. Oh, wait, did you hear that? No, you didn't hear that. Some of these trolls are being paid, some of them are not. But man, dude. How long have I gone with this video? Wow, 30 minutes. Wow. I guess a little bit of humor is good from time to time. But you know something? I really don't actually get pissed off from these perps bullshit anymore. I don't. And it gets, well, boring. I'm not kidding. Like, once you've actually been through this at a certain extent, like, you really get bored. They just become boring as hell at that point. Like, it's just not even worth even mentioning. It's not even worth even a second thought to me. It just isn't. I mean, sure, I'll take note from time to time in my line of defense. I'll do that. I'll take note of a lot of stuff, but am I gonna fully invest my time into something so fucking small as far as just just because a person did? Let me basically give you guys a good example here. Let's say it doesn't matter whether it's a dude or a female. It doesn't matter whether the TI is a female or a guy, right? It doesn't matter. But let's say this, the perp is doing something massively embarrassing that it's intended to basically try to make you mad. Okay. Number one, why should I feel embarrassed for something that someone else did that was embarrassing? I'm not the one who did it. And even still, even if they try to basically change shit up, I know the reality of this. God knows the reality of this. And God's opinion is the only opinion that technically freaking matters to me. Because in the end, am I going to, you gotta, at the end of the day, you got to ask yourself, are you going to give a fuck about some type of demonic being whose only ability is to basically use trickery and brainwash people, and or not only that, but also torture. Or you're gonna basically fear a being who has the ability to cast you down into a realm like that. Not only cast you in a realm like that, but also have the ability to bring you out of out and away from a realm like that, and also have the ability to erase your existence. But we all know God wouldn't do anything like that without good reason. At least that's where my faith lies. You know, no matter how you look at it, with all these different religions that are out there, you can't deny that there haven't been, you know, a series of individuals out there looking to use religion as a way to make profit in some kind of way. I can't, no matter how I look at it, almost every time it's always been a situation like that. And it's either they come up with with an excuse for a good cause, but people, let me tell you something. I worked at a food pantry once. I saw the mayor come in who was currently running for, office for that current year. He's going up against somebody. This guy walks up in there while we making this Thanksgiving shit, right? These bags for Thanksgiving, people who didn't have any food, right? And what he does, this man walks up in there, takes he comes in there with his photographer. He comes in there, grabs a couple of things out of his bag, out of the bag that was already made, right? That he didn't make. Has his photographer snap a photo and leaves out the front door. A week later, he's on the front page of a freaking newspaper saying, runner up from runner up or something like that from mayor helps out at Thanksgiving food pantry giveaway. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Man, these people are fucking frauds, man. They are frauds, dude. And you want to know what's worse? They look to exploit a lot of people out there just for themselves to get a little recognition. They look to use people for their own selfish gain. These are the same people that you see in office today, as well as many other years ago, because people have allowed themselves to fall for the same trickery from time and time again. It's never stopped then, and it hasn't stopped now, has it? It's been the same thing. False promises. Oh, no, 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 no. I know we said, it's like, oh, no, I know we said we were going to do that, but no, we've decided to just change our mind. We are on our focus for other things that we actually think is more important. Remember Trump when the whole Hillary situation, like, she's going to jail. She's going to jail. We're going to be in the swamp. She's going to jail. The thing is, man, I truly do wish we had a dependable president. I wish there was a president out there we could have put our faith in. I wish there was a president out there that would have did the right thing and put a stop to all this bullshit. But let's be fair, man. Let's be downright honest about this. There's far too much corruption out there for that. There's no way. There's no way, because look at the whole situation with both Trump and Biden. Now, I'm not going to go too far with it, but I'm just saying, just look at that as an example, you know? It's going to make itself more apparent, but even still, even without those two candidates, you got to understand, like, even with the ones from before, it's just been the same bullshit. No matter how you look at it. Solution will never come from the government. It will only come from the people. But unfortunately, we got people amongst us who are stupid enough to buy and allow themselves to just fall for this bullshit just to be paid off and used by the system that seeks to basically exploit them and then throw them out like yesterday's garbage when they're done. People need to get their head out of their asses and get a fucking clue to understand, and please pardon my language, but I can't stress this enough, that this system does not care about us. It does not. And people who just get trinkets or treats or just gifts, you got to ask yourself, what really makes yourself so special? Are you really? Do you think they really consider you one of them, or do they just consider you a puppet? And then when their usefulness of you runs out, then what? Remember, nanotech is technically a tiny robot that was built by a larger robot, right? And they even say it in their presentations that these things are computers. So if there are people being infected with this stuff, right? And we know this for a fact. Why the fuck should they ever have to pay for a slave? What I mean by this is, why the hell should they ever have to pay a robot to do its job? Why the hell should they ever have to pay a puppet to do its job? This is one of the reasons why I wanted to show you guys that video. But when I manage to get it uploaded, I'll leave a link to it in the description for you guys, or in the comments section. I'll let you guys know about it. Just keep an eye out for that. But man, dude, I'm not even fazed by their bullshit anymore. I'm just not. It's boring. Now, the directed energy attacks, they have ramped up as a result because of that. Because of their, me not responding to their crap, not just giving two F's. And here's the thing, and actually it's a warning to a lot of people. They can label any color what they, on some bullshit and just say this is what this is, and this is a satanic meeting, right? Anybody who's like an occultist can do shit like that. Anybody could. The difference is that you need to come up with a meaning of what color or whatever that separates yourself from their meaning, that basically puts your meaning on the battlefield to basically, act in protest against what they represent with that color. Technically, the devil pretty much works in contracts, so you don't want to accept their meanings for something as your own, because that's like nothing more than accepting a contract right there. And I don't know about the next person, but I ain't selling my soul for jack. That ain't happening. Nope. That ain't happening. But anyway, I guess that pretty much does it. I'm actually glad how this video turned out. I like the positiveness that I got on this. Hope everybody's doing well out there. I know these are some rough times we're dealing with, but you got to stay strong, You really do. You got to stay tough out there, because they bombard you constantly for a reason, and it's to weaken you. But the only time they will ever back off is when it puts them in a position to where they stick out as an individual of their shit that they'd have done. You notice how it's not until a scenario like that then they get worried, then they get scared, then they get upset, and then they're going like, oh, well, fuck. But look, man, I don't care what anybody excuses is for what they do if they're working for a system like this. I'm just going to tell you the truth how it is, whether you want to believe it or not. They don't give two fucks about you. Period. They'll give you the idea that they do. May pay you off. But in reality, that whole trinket shit is a means to an end. It's just to get what they want. Once whatever it is they're after, they got it. They're done with you, man. They have no further. Maybe they'll try to use you to exploit you for other reasons, but you got to understand this from a spiritual perspective too. What good comes from being in cahoots with the workers of iniquity? That's like a guy begging, someone basically just asking for an invitation to hell, and that's fucked up. Just saying. Anyway, I can only hope that many people wake up from these dark times, find their way. It's not easy, but I know I am aware this program does forces people to, it does forces their hand. I am aware of that. I've witnessed that on more than one occurrence. I have witnessed that people are, just so damn greedy that they'll just accept the money and just be paid off. I have witnessed that. I have witnessed people just having ill belief systems to where they just want to just destroy, kill, and just dismantle everything out there that has been good and just off of whatever meaning that they have been programmed to believe in. I understand the confusion. I understand the psyopness. I understand the whole lies that exist out there. And I'm here to say, I'm here to listen. But in the end, I put everything together and never accept what's been put out there in my reality as facts. Because I'm well aware that my reality, as well as many of our and many of yours out there as well, has been constructed to deceive you. The things that you see and the things that you experience throughout your day was intended for you to see and intended for you to experience. It was by its own design to fool you, to make you believe, to get you to come up with different reasons of thinking, reasons of basically trying to make sense of it all. But in reality, the only time you will ever make sense out of any of it is if you have seen exactly what they planned and what their end game goal is. And the truth is, you don't ever come to that conclusion because there's so many possibilities to it. But when you question the fact of, well, why is that so obvious? Then you're on the right path. Question everything, question your reality, question the people around you. Even things that seem innocent, even things that seem legit, may not be as what they seem. And to make matters worse, sometimes things that seem bad are actually nothing more than a psyop to fool us from those things that are actually good, so that we would basically go for something that's actually harmful for us. Now, I ain't talking about religion, but in some cases, religion does actually play a key factor here. Anyway, that's it for this vid. Stay strong with positivity, everybody. Stay fierce against negativity.